What's going on, guys? Welcome to Lights Out Gaming. My name is Mike, and I wanted to make this video to give you an insight as to what you will get when you subscribe to my channel, as well as some personal information about me. What you are watching in the background is a gameplay from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare when I went 62-21 on the map Green Band while playing my favorite game mode, Hardpoint. So like I said, my name is Mike, I'm 32 years old, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois. There are many hobbies that I do have, but two of my favorite happen to be Call of Duty and fantasy football. A few more things about me: I've been married to my best friend for nearly 9 years now. I have a beautiful daughter who just turned 12 in December, and I also have a black lab named Buddy. But enough about me, and back to the channel. Okay, so when you get home from work, school, or whatever it is that you do for a living, you're exhausted, let's face it. The last thing that you want to do is think, right? Sometimes you just need a place that you can go to for maybe 5 to 10 minutes and take your mind away from all the stress. For those of you that are married, maybe you'd like a place where you can go together with your loved one just to get a good laugh. Here at Lights Out Gaming, I want this to be a channel that you can turn to for that relief. A place where it doesn't matter where you live in the world and that doesn't cost you a dime. By just clicking the like and subscribe button, you will not only see videos on how to improve at Call of Duty, but also videos talking about real life topics and stories that we can all relate to. And I want to start that by posting 2 videos a week. One being strategy videos on helping you improve your Call of Duty game, such as a best class setup video or how to raise your KD, with the other video being more of an open forum where we can discuss anything that we want. I'm going to start it with talking about things that are on my mind, and then in the next video, I will be basing it around the comments section and what you guys want to talk about. You will come to realize that this channel will be built around all of you and your input. So Mike, why YouTube? Well, to answer that, we are going to have to go back a few years. Let's go back to 2010 when I was preparing for the fantasy football season. For those of you that don't play, what you do is you get all of your friends together and you have a draft where you pick individual players from any team in the NFL, not just your favorite team. What I would do every year is I'd write a paragraph on each player convincing myself whether or not I wanted him by the time that our draft rolled around. So this particular time while I was writing, my wife looks at me while shaking her head and says, "Why don't you do something with all the time that you put into that?" I just thought to myself, what could I actually do with my writing, right? I just never envisioned doing anything with it, so when she asked that, it literally caught me off guard, and I just brushed it off as a hobby that I enjoyed and that I had never even considered doing anything with it. I mean, who makes a living off fantasy football, besides the guys who are on ESPN, right? Well, she apparently had a lot more faith than I did and was very persistent. She then said, well, if you did have a website, what would you call it? My nickname used to be Tags, so I just replied tagsfantasyfootball.com, thinking nothing of it. 10 minutes went by, and she handed me her laptop saying, "Start designing your website because I bought you the domain name." So since that time, I dove into it and never looked back. I remember in the first few months where I was consistently checking the website view counter just to see if anyone had seen what I had written. I will never forget the first email I received asking me for my take on his fantasy team. Well, here we are in 2015, and the website now has over 120,000 views. I have over 3,200 followers on Twitter, and then I was even invited to an accuracy competition by fantasypros.com. And in that competition, I was going to be competing with the guys from ESPN, Yahoo, and NFL Network. There are about 120 experts in that competition, and I am proud to say that I finished in the top 6 experts in 2 of the last 3 years. Now, while I know it sounds like I'm bragging, all I want to do is get you to understand that hard work does pay off. It has taken me a long time to get where I am with my website, but I do remember the grind in order to get there. Who knows, I may start a different YouTube channel for all my fantasy football followers out there. But here's my point. If you would have told me back in 2010 that my writing would have gotten me to talk with some of the biggest names in the fantasy football world, like Matthew Berry, I would have thought you were nuts. But here we are. I do talk a lot with my followers on Twitter, but a lot of it has to do with fantasy football and questions in regards to that. Kind of things like, who should I start this week, Mike? Or who should I bench? I want this channel to be based around an actual relationship with you, the subscribers, where we can talk about anything that you want, whether it be job advice, family advice, or even something with your friends. I want to be there in whatever way that I can. If you leave a comment, expect to have a conversation with me because that's why I'm here. Now on the flip side of that, I will be asking you questions along the way too and looking for some outside advice. So why did this channel get started? Well, I was at my current job on break and sitting in my car just thinking about my future. And as I sat there, I started thinking to myself that I really just wanted to be home. It didn't matter to me if I had to do the rest of my tasks for my job at home, I just knew that I really wanted to be there. It was that moment where it hit me like a brick wall. That no matter what I did as a career, I wanted it to be at home. The more I thought about it, the more excited I got thinking about the possibility. Now you see, me, I'm a home person. I really love being at home, but had never thought that being home for a job had been a realistic possibility. One thing that you'll gather about me is that I always was a realist, where my wife was more of the dreamer. Now after going through everything that I have with the fantasy site and getting where I did off of her jumpstarting me, I'm starting to see a lot more things as realistic possibilities as long as I am willing to put in the time and effort. Alright, so now that this idea was set in my mind, I was ready to start telling my family and friends about it. What's funny is that when I told my friends that, they weren't shocked at all. They were actually saying things like, "Yeah, Mike, we already kind of knew that you wanted to work from home. It seems like no matter what is going on, you just love being there." So while I was late to the party, my family and friends fully supported me, and it's great to have people like them around. Now, when I was describing what I wanted this channel to be to my family and friends, I told them that while yes, I do want to do the ways to improve at Call of Duty, but that I also wanted the interactions that I have with my followers to be somewhat of like a therapy session. A place where I can come and get some things off my chest, and who knows, maybe a place where you can as well. Because if there is a topic that you bring up that might apply to more than one person, I will make a video on that topic just so that you can get some feedback. Alright, so like I said before, I do have a great job, and I'm thankful for that. I do work 40 plus hours a week, run the fantasy football website, and have a family. But even with all of that going on, I still find time to unwind and do what I love, which is of course, playing Call of Duty. Now while there are some people out there that are going to say, playing video games, playing fantasy football, watching YouTube videos, that's a waste of time. But in the end, I have come to realize that life is way too short. So do what makes you happy, not someone else. There are many different hobbies that people have, and who are they to tell you what to enjoy in the downtime that you work so hard to earn? For example, if you enjoy running, would you let someone that hates it tell you that you can't do it anymore? I have a whole lot to say in regards to that topic, but that is a topic for a whole nother conversation, and I do plan on making a video in regards to that. Okay, so where do we go from here? My goal going forward is to post 2 videos a week, one being a Call of Duty video where I do something like a best class setup or strategies on how to rotate for hard points. I have also thought of an idea to have subscribers send in gameplays so that I can analyze it and tell you things that may improve your game. And then in our other video, that's going to be our fun one. That's the one where we get to explore any story or topic that we want. If there is something that you want to discuss or get off your chest, please put it in the comment section below, and who knows, you may be featured in the next video. Here at this point in the video, I would just like to thank each and every one of you for watching. I know today was a longer video, but I did want to give you an insight into my life and why I started the channel. Hopefully I did a good job doing that. If there is anything else that you'd like to know about me or the channel, go ahead and ask. If you can just take 2 seconds to like, comment, and subscribe, it would make my day. I look forward to our next therapy session.